Definitely one of the most hated players of his era, Todd Bertuzzi throughout his lengthy career had a reputation of playing in the gray areas when it came to his own on-ice antics. As a power forward, was never one to shy away from the brasher, more physical side of the game. Due to his eagerness, however, to instill fear into his opponents on a daily basis, Bertuzzi definitely racked up his fair share of jerk moments along the way. In this video, we're going to go over a select set of jerk moments from Bertuzzi himself. And with that, here are the top 6 jerk moments from Todd Bertuzzi. Now, a few of these clips are vintage here, so just bear with me. Back during the days in which Nassau Coliseum was still hosting Islanders games back in 1995, during a regular season game on Long Island, as both Bertuzzi and Eric Lindros were skating into the Flyers' end, Bertuzzi decided to trip up his opponent, which caused him to crash into his own team's net soon after. Lindros, who was visibly shaken up on the play, was still able to, thankfully for Flyers fans, remain in the game. But before Matthew Tkachuk came along, Drew Doughty found himself the victim of a similar-looking play, comparatively, to the one that sparked the intense Doughty-Tkachuk rivalry. This time, however, we'll be taking close to a decade step back in time to when the Joe Louis Arena was still around, and Todd Bertuzzi was playing for Detroit. During the final period of play in the Motor City, Doughty, who was focused on retrieving the puck near the boards, quickly found himself taking an elbow to the face, compliments of Bertuzzi. After briefly falling to his knees, the defenseman then made his way to the bench. And Doughty, luckily, returned to the contest a few minutes after. No discipline was dealt to the forward on the play. In Game 3 of the first round of the 2002 Stanley Cup playoffs, Rogers Arena quickly came to life in the second period. As Chris Chelios was behind Detroit's cage attempting to retrieve the puck, Bertuzzi, who had purposefully gained speed upon his approach to his opponent, could be shown shoving Chelios into the boards from behind. Chelios, who lost his helmet upon impact, gathered himself as the scrum ensued deep in Detroit's end. No discipline was dealt to the perpetrator in result. Yes, we are back at the Joe, and it feels so good. Well, for everyone not named Ryan Johnson, that is. In the first frame of play, amid a regular season game against the Blackhawks, as Johnson was fixing to settle the puck down in his own end, Bertuzzi, who had picked up a lot of speed prior to, plowed into Johnson elbow first. Johnson, who lost his helmet in the scuffle, immediately left the playing surface following the altercation. And Bertuzzi, for his part in the incident, was given a 5-minute major on the play, paired with a game misconduct. During a regular season meeting against the Colorado Avalanche at the start of the millennium, in the second period of play as Peter Forsberg was focused along the boards on puck retrieval, Bertuzzi then hit the forward from behind in brutal fashion. Forsberg, who immediately fell to his knees in pain, required 7 stitches on his face thereafter, as he sustained a mild concussion, which caused him to miss future games. As for Bertuzzi, he was dealt not only a 5-minute major on the play, but also a game misconduct for his actions. Final bout of controversy that we have to discuss took place in March of 2004. As the Colorado Avalanche faced the Vancouver Canucks, there was some unfinished business to attend to, as the last contest between the two in the Mile High City was the catalyst for this act of violence to occur. Steve Moore decided to elbow Marcus Naslund intentionally. Head coach Mark Crawford, who was just as angry as the team afterwards, had this to say about the incident.
That was a cheap shot by a young kid on a captain, leading scorer in the league, and we get no call. We get no call. I mean, that is ridiculous.
Seeing it largely as a lack of respect and blatant disregard for the safety of the opponent, the Canucks, while in their home barn, had something sinister brewing behind the scenes. After previously facing Matt Cook in the contest in the ring, Vancouver wasn't done, letting Moore pay for his actions. In the final period of play, as the Avalanche were up 8-2, Todd Bertuzzi began hovering around Moore, waiting for his opportunity to strike. But after asking Moore to drop the gloves, Bertuzzi decided to take a more stealth approach, and struck Moore from behind in the back of the head. Moore, who instantly fell on impact after loss of consciousness, had to be escorted off ice on a stretcher. Due to the fact that multiple players piled up onto the victim, he sustained 3 fractured neck vertebrae, facial cuts, along with a concussion. Unfortunately for Moore, this was the last game he ever was able to play.
And the score settling has gone too far.